Hello again, and welcome to another edition of This Week in Wabash. Sit back and enjoy a great show where you learn about things going on in Wabash County. So don't go away. Sit through the whole thing. Share this video as much as you can. This Week in Wabash with me, Wade Weaver.
Hey, it's Andrea and Carly with Wabash Marketplace, and we're here to tell you all about Shop Hop. It's back.
All you have to do is visit Borders and Beyond, Downtown Nutrition, visit Wabash County, and Oh My Cakes.
So visit those 4 businesses and you'll have a chance to win $100 in Shop Hop bucks.
The Shop Hop starts April 1st, so come on down Easter weekend and enter your chance for the Shop Hop bucks.
Or should we say Bunny Hop? Here's one of the stops on Shop Hop. We're at Visit Wabash County at 221 South Miami Street. Come on in and get your stamp here. And don't forget, you can buy a 1981 tote bag exclusive from Wabash Marketplace for our 40th anniversary, just $20. They're open Monday through Friday from 9 to 5 and Saturdays from 10 to 2.
All right, the next stop on the Shop Hop form is Downtown Nutrition. I got myself a T-bomb. Downtown Nutrition is located on Market Street. Also, if you're curious, this is cotton candy. It's my favorite. I highly recommend it. Their hours are Monday through Friday, 7 to 4 p.m. and Saturday, 8 to 3.
I'm here at Oh My Cakes, and I'm getting my stamp for the Shop Hop. We're on Market Street here, so come buy a sweet treat, and their hours are Tuesday through Friday, 6 a.m. to 5 p.m., and then Saturday morning, 6 a.m. to noon.
So we're at our last stop on the Shop Hop, and that is Borders and Beyond. Their hours are Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 5 p.m. Thank you, Bigford of Wabash, for sponsoring this Shop Hop. So go out in downtown and have fun shopping.
On This Week in Wabash, I am so thrilled I get a chance to talk to Bev Ferry again. You know, each week I learn something new about what living well in Wabash County can do in the Senior Center. And you're here to teach us again this week. Thanks, Bev.
You're welcome. Happy to be here.
Yeah, so your Easter was great. You had a son who got married in Hollywood. And I mean, what a week you've had.
I know. No wonder I'm tired.
Yeah. You flew in and your arms are tight. Did you get to see, were you at the wedding?
We zoomed in, and
Okay.
it was just parents, and I got to tell you, it was the most amazing experience.
That's
It was
neat.
incredible. Yeah.
That is neat.
Yeah.
I don't
it
know
was.
that. I don't know that area real well, but I think you and I have talked about one of my favorite places is going to the Magic Castle there.
It's near there.
Okay. Gosh, it's so fun there. It is so fun.
Yeah. Well, they were
good.
12 stories up. They were 12 stories up, so they were able to see all of the city, and yeah,
That's beautiful.
it was neat.
Congratulations. That's
Thank you
awesome.
very much.
Yeah.
We now have a daughter in the family.
Isn't that cool? It is.
Yeah.
It is fun. I love it. All right. Well, let's talk about what's going on right now, currently, beginning of April.
Okay.
What's the word?
Well, the very first thing I need to cover is that we are still requiring masks and social distancing and hand sanitizer and taking your temperature when you get on the bus.
Okay.
I know things have changed statewide, but it is up to, the local businesses or whoever. For us, we're governed rule-wise by FTA, Federal Transit Administration, and they still are saying, and I would agree with them, we still have to wear a mask on public transportation of any size. So
Okay.
we're getting a lot of calls asking us about masks. Yes, you still have to wear a mask. And common sense also calls it if you are sick, you're running a fever, maybe you have been around somebody with COVID, we still have to be careful, and please do not ride transit if you
Right.
think you've been exposed or you're sick.
Right. Yeah. Great information to start the thing off. Okay.
So
what
I
else is
want to
going
tell
on?
you, well, we're starting to look at what else we can open. We've talked a little bit about this.
Yes.
And, our numbers are up a little bit in the county. We are doing the community band, Wabash Community Band, which is incredible. And we've started practicing here at the Senior Center. They started on Monday. So they are practicing weekly. They take up the whole room. And May 2nd, we are going to have an outdoor concert at the large pavilion in the city park off of Hill Street. There's
Yes.
2 pavilions on that level, but there's the large one, the huge one. The Wabash Community Band we're going to do a concert there. We're very excited about it. It's one of those things that you're adapting, right? we would not have room to hold a concert. We can do by spacing, they can do band practice, but we had to come up with something else. And Wabash has some really, it's amazing how many shelters our park system has. And we're using the large shelter in the city park across from, well, access to by Hill Street. So
Yes.
we're excited about that. The other thing we're doing is we're going to be reintroducing exercise, low impact fitness with MJ, and we'll do that in May. And again, it'll depend on if if things go haywire, they go down the drain, we can't do it, we'll have to make switches. But if people are fully vaccinated, it will be much easier. You have fewer obstacles if you are participating here at the senior center, if you are fully vaccinated. So I want to encourage seniors. They might be feeling, oh, I don't really need to get it, but please go ahead and get yourself vaccinated. I would hate to have somebody, get sick. The other things are that we're still doing Zoom, and we're still doing Facebook Live. But I want to tell you that we are doing this really cool thing. I don't think I've talked to you about it. Coffee and conversation. I don't think we've talked about it. Coffee and conversation. I should have, I should have started it a year ago. Never thought about it. So we still have that need to get together, right? And that's, I know, a lot of what I miss at the senior center is being able to sit down with seniors and just chat. And I know they miss it too. So we're doing coffee and conversation over Zoom. Now I have it as the wrong day of the week in the newspaper and in the newsletter. It's Wednesdays, April 14th and 28th. And we hope to make it a year-round thing if we can get it to catch on. And we'll give you a Zoom link. So you will be in with people that we already know. And we'll just chat about whatever, and it's just coffee and conversation. It's just like you sat down with a couple of friends and had a cup of coffee or tea or a bottle of water or whatever you want to do, and we're just going to chat. And it's going to be an hour. If somebody wants to cut out early, that's fine, but it's all about connecting.
Yeah.
And connections is what we've lost during COVID. And for a lot of us, once we stop doing something, trying to do it again is not easy.
Yeah.
So we're trying to start rebuilding the connect. Again, I wish I thought of that a year ago.
Yeah.
But I didn't.
Well,
I don't think a year ago I really knew how to use Zoom.
Yeah.
Now we're all a lot more experienced.
Yeah.
So coffee and conversation. Yeah. And so coffee and conversation. And we are continuing with the community cupboard to be where you make it by appointment. And then you come to the outside of the pantry here at 239 Bond Street at the senior center, and they bring out your food to the car. Now, one of the things, and again, something that we learned through COVID, is that I think by appointment is probably the best way to go about for us. I know Fish has done that for years, but people would just come during pantry time. Well, the issue is that they would have to wait so long. So we plan to continue the appointments even past COVID, because the people know when to come, and eventually how they get their food will change.
All right, we're going to be back in just a little bit. Part 2, we're going to talk about senior food boxes with Bev Ferry from Living Well in Wabash County. Don't go away. On This Week in Wabash, we get to talk to Wabash City Schools again. It's been so long. Sarah,
It's been a while, yeah.
I love having you guys. Sarah Delgadillo. I can't do the R thing, whatever you guys. How do you say it again?
Delgadillo.
Delgadillo. Delgadillo. Something like that. Well, very good. Tell us again, remind us who you are and what you have to do with us.
Sure. Yeah, thanks for having us. We're excited to share some updates with you today. But at Wabash City Schools, I help with a lot of the international programming or the global type of events and opportunities. So working with the dual language immersion program, the exchange students and exchange teacher programs, as well as our international students. And then I also work with the Grow Wabash County and the mayor's office on some international initiatives too.
Awesome. Well, we're getting close to the end of the school year, and you still have things going on.
We do.
Let's talk to us about the dual immersion parent night that's coming up.
Sure. So that's actually going to take place next Thursday, which is the day after the kindergarten roundup. So
Okay.
if people are looking to get their kids into school and want to sign up for pre-K or kindergarten, next Wednesday night's the best night for that. And then Thursday night, we're going to have a separate meeting for parents who are interested in specifically learning about the dual language immersion program, both at LH Carpenter and at OJ Neighbors. So students can enter into the program if they're not a native Spanish speaker up until the first grade. And so we want to talk with parents who have kids going into pre-K, kindergarten, or first grade at that meeting. So that'll take place Thursday, April 15th at LH Carpenter around 6 o'clock at night.
You got something coming up this summer for the kids.
Yeah, this is really exciting. So this is our first real big camp that we're going to hold for dual language immersion.
Wow,
So,
okay.
yeah, and they don't have to have any prior Spanish experience. So no teaching of Spanish has to be done beforehand. They can just come and join us with the camp, but they'll learn Spanish half the day, and then the other half of the day they'll do
Wow.
activities in English too. So it's going to be a super fun camp. They're going to have some field trips. They'll do lots of hands-on opportunities. That'll be held at OJ Neighbors as well. So we'll be sending out some information, but that'll be in the month of June.
Isn't it nice that things are opening up a little bit?
It feels good to get back together.
I bet it does.
does.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I've talked recently on the show with Kathy Wilson from LH Carpenter, and I couldn't believe how far we are going with the dual language immersion.
Right.
I just remember it being kindergarten and maybe first, but it's way past that now.
Right. So we have pre-K, like I mentioned,
Mm-hmm.
kindergarten. Now we're adding fourth grade. That's the upper level now. So we'll have it fully in LH Carpenter and OJ Neighbors this next year. So we're super excited to offer that many opportunities for students.
That is so cool. And then, of course, I talked with Abrielle Zerfus about the FLAG program. And, of course,
Right.
she's probably working a little bit with you then.
She is. So actually on April 19th, it's a Monday evening, we're going to have an event online. So this one isn't going to be in person because we wanted to make sure we gave as many opportunities for parents to kind of log in and hear. But FLAG, EF, which is out of, well, our local coordinators out of Huntington. There's also a group called AFS and a couple others that will join us that night to talk about hosting international students in your house. And so that is a really cool opportunity to expose your children to other cultures and languages, especially helpful for those dual language immersion parents who want a Spanish speaker in the house. But it's hosting a high school student for 1 year, or maybe half a year if you're not really ready to make that big commitment yet. But we'll have an informational night on April 19th. Like I said, that'll be online. So it's an opportunity just for people to log in, get to know what it's all about, how they can get involved, where they can sign up if they're interested. So
It's nice to know, again, that internationally we'll be able to start traveling.
yes, we are super excited to have more people coming to visit and sending our students abroad too.
So what is going on with the Japanese things?
Right.
I guess you've got a fundraiser coming up?
We do. So our Japanese 1 class was supposed to go to Japan this year during the Olympics.
Yeah,
But
bummer.
of course that didn't work out.
Right.
So they did some research and they decided that Oahu, Hawaii, sounds pretty great as well,
Yeah.
has a lot of Japanese influence. And so they will be traveling to Oahu in June for an 8-day trip. And on the island, they'll learn about Japanese culture, Hawaiian culture, experience Japanese food and grocery stores, a Buddhist temple, all kinds of really cool stuff. But they're fundraising for that trip right now. So they have some boxes in downtown businesses that are collecting donations. Or if somebody would like to make a donation for the trip, they can definitely contact the administration office at Wabash City Schools.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Who said that administrators and teachers and all that take the whole summer off? You don't have a whole lot of summer
No.
off. Yeah,
Not
exactly.
this year.
Well, we appreciate you stopping by. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, no, we appreciate it, Wade. And anytime people have interest in anything international, they can contact our office. They can come down to the admin building down on Market Street, or feel free to contact us via email or phone. But we're excited to bring these opportunities into Wabash as well as sending our students abroad. So,
That's just huge for a school system like Wabash to be able to offer all of this.
right.
I mean, because we are moving into international markets. So thank you again. Hope you have a nice, safe, and fun summer coming up.
you.
But also remind them again how they could help out with the fundraising. It's downtown Wabash.
Yeah, so we have some donation boxes in downtown businesses in Wabash, and people can just drop cash or change or a check down into there. If they are making a check, it should go to Wabash City Schools, and then we'll collect that and give that to the students before they go. So it's going to be a really great trip for them to experience. Some of them have never flown, so this is their first flight, and a really cool experience to go this far. Hawaii is a long flight, a couple flights actually, but it's a really cool experience for them to experience other cultures and languages.
And do not forget the dual language immersion parent night is April 15th at LH Carpenter. You can find out more details if you want to call the school, right?
Right,
Find out
exactly.
more. The Adventura, the summer camp is going to be happening this summer as well in June. And then the host family informational night. If you'd like to just think about it, you don't have to commit to anything. You can just think about it. Get on that Zoom call on April 19th and find out more details. Again, thank you.
Thanks, Wade. We
All
appreciate
right.
it.
We'll be back with more on This Week in Wabash.
Dare to dream about it. Dare to dream about it with Terrell Realty.
Today at MSD of Wabash County, we have with us Mr. Mason Yennis, who is a senior at Southwood High School. Good morning.
Good morning.
So tell us a little bit about yourself, Mason, and the experience you've had as a Southwood student.
My first year here was in 4th grade, and honestly, this was the biggest change in my life, coming from OJ to Southwood, meeting a bunch of new people, and it was the best change for me. Coming here to Southwood, I've met a bunch of great friends, and the teachers here, they're welcoming, and they've always been here for the students, and I enjoyed that, and honestly, it's made me who I am because of that. And
well, it's great to hear that you built some relationships here, and now it's a senior, so you probably think back, 4th grade, a few years ago, but time does fly. So, so I've heard a lot of different things about the professional internship program here. Obviously, I know a lot about it, but tell us a little bit about what you're doing, where you intern, and the successes you've had with doing and being a part of that program.
yeah, my first semester, I was an intern at Crossroads Bank, and I was actually an accounting intern. And accounting is what I want to pursue in my bachelor's and further on into my adulthood. And at Crossroads Bank, it was really a good setup. I had an office feel, so that business feel was there for me. And my supervisors were really good, and they always would let me work on my own and kind of figure things out for myself. And if I did have questions, they could teach me, and it really solidified my passion for accounting. But my second semester right now, I'm interning at City Hall as a marketing and social media guru for the Founders Day Festival. And it's been a really huge switch for me because accounting, marketing, it's a little different, but it's still in the business field, so I needed to have marketing. And I've actually enjoyed it. I mean, creating social media posts, I've been able to touch into my graphic designing skills, and I think this will be beneficiary to me with my accounting career.
Okay, very good. So tell us, you actually did a little shout out to your people at, was it Crossroads you said, for the first semester? So who were those people that helped you there?
Emily Boardman and Kirsten Pendarvis. Emily's the CFO and Kirsten is the CPA controller.
So it's great that they actually had confidence in you too to let you do some of the things and to learn more about the accounting skills that you need to do to go on. So tell us a little bit about the marketing part. So you're doing marketing right now, and you're actually in the marketing class. So
Yes.
Tell us a little bit in the business marketing class what you're doing, what you're learning, and how you're going to be able to associate accounting and the marketing together with the business field that you want to do in your future career.
So in our marketing class, we run an Instagram account, and we have to keep up on weekly content, videos, just graphic posts, and really try to engage our audience here at Southwood to get more people involved in our school. And with my accounting field, I'm going to really need to be able to reach out and get more clientele. And that here at Southwood, this marketing page has helped me just kind of really just get me better and really work towards being able to achieve like more professional posts rather than just kind of like a little bit of color there, because I've seen many like elementary posts throughout my Instagram days. So honestly, I'm really hoping this is professional and makes my post much better for my future.
So for your clients, and you mentioned different platforms, you use Instagram. So if you are going to target those 22 to say 35-year-olds, what social media would be the best platform, do you think?
For the younger generation, I really think we're switching towards Instagram, but a professional feel, Facebook, there's still a lot of people on Facebook, so you still have to kind of use both in a way to just reach out and get the most clientele you can get.
Okay. Are there other platforms that are brand new that I might know about, that we're hearing about, that might be something that will be bigger and better, or not?
Not really. I mean, there's like TikTok and stuff, but you're not gonna professionally. I mean, I'm not gonna go on TikTok and do that. But
all right. Well, I always like to learn a little bit more because I still do. I'm the older generation. I do the Facebook and things like that. I don't have an Instagram account. I do have a Twitter account also. We didn't even mention Twitter, but it's great that you're putting those things together, because you do know that you have to build your clientele, and one way to do that is social media. So thank you very much for your time, Mason. Appreciate it. And as always, at MSD of Wabash County, dream big and work hard.
By popular demand, the tour of the newest project in downtown Wabash. Here we have John Forster, the owner. He's going to introduce the building for us.
Welcome to Wabash Landing.
John, what year is this building from?
1897.
And what made you decide to buy and restore a building in downtown Wabash?
That's an opportunity to give back.
Just to give back to the community?
Yeah, I think so, really.
And
And to kind of finish off what I consider as kind of an eyesore for the district market. All these other great people-made investments here. It's just kind of the final piece to bring it all back to where it looks like it all comes together. So,
Totally.
yeah.
We are so thankful that you decided to take on this project. This building could not look more different now than when it started. So we have an important announcement to make about the building as well. John and I are here. Wabash Marketplace is the first tenant of the building. So our storefront will be located here at Wabash Landing starting
Whenever you want to move in. It's probably about the 1st of May before it gets done, but you'll get a chance to move in April. So
the 1st of May.
Yes.
You can find Wabash Marketplace here at Wabash Landing in downtown Wabash. So we're going to give you the construction tour now, tell you a little bit about the space, and we even get to go on all 3 floors of the building. So let's go take that tour.
Have fun.
Thanks, John. Okay, so if you aren't all that familiar, you're not in Wabash right now, I'll give you the outside tour. The round sign is so unique for the space. John gave us all the details. He said that it is going to be lit up at night, of course, and that there is another pergola, like what you see on the sidewalls here, is going to be up here on the front of the building. That will be the last addition. And then there are going to be a ton of accent lighting on the exterior of the building. So that's something we can look forward to see at night. And here on the limestone right above Wabash Landing, there's going to be some specialty lighting. So look for that coming soon. So if you were to come to the building, there are 3 storefronts and then private living space. So this is the traditional front store space here. John and Gail haven't exactly decided what they're going to do with this space yet. But as I said, we do know that Wabash Marketplace will be in this. So what you can see down here from the front of the building is the upstairs ceiling of the new Wabash Marketplace storefront. That is the street level storefront. And then private living quarters on the 3rd floor. So if you were coming to Wabash Marketplace on the 1st of May, you would come through the side entrance here on Miami Street. This is considered Suite 1. Again, this is a construction site, so this is just a behind-the-scenes tour. It will all be polished and spiffy the next time you see it. But You come in, there's a small landing here. John told me that his biggest surprise of the whole project was this basement. He had no idea that this beautiful limestone and brick wall was going to be here, and he said they found lots of treasures in the building. Obviously, when you're built in 1897, there's been a lot of different things that have been in the building, so he's hoping to create a little historical montage of the various businesses that have been here. So our plans for Wabash Marketplace is that this will be like a front reception area here so that you can come in and learn more about downtown Wabash. We'll have some of our new merchandise available for sale here in the space as like the primary entry space here. There's an awesome coffee bar to make you feel welcome. There'll probably be some accent chairs here so that you can just sit and enjoy your time. A utility room in the back. This building, it does have wheelchair accessibility. So if stairs aren't capable for you, no problem at all. We do have a special wheelchair lift in the building. There are going to be 2 public restrooms, which will be awesome on First Friday. I need to get like a hallelujah. We need some restrooms for First Friday. So this is the second suite in the building. Wabash Marketplace will also be renting this back suite, and this will just be more for our private space, conference tables, storage, some of those other things that don't necessarily need to be out with the merchandise that we're selling. So it's about the same size as the front space. Each floor of this building is about 2,000 square feet, so definitely had a big renovation on his hands. Again, John and Gail Forster are the building owners. So we're coming up the back staircase now, back out to the street. We're on Miami Street now, looking north towards the railroad tracks. That's the post office and the Presbyterian Church. Now we're heading back south. We're going to go in the front entrance of suite number 3, which is the street level storefront. We're really thankful we could get this kind of behind the scenes sneak peek, because when we put the photo out of the sign on social media, so many people, 100 people commented and said, yes, I need to see a video. This is the beautiful street level suite number 3. It has not yet been determined what is going to be in this space yet, but check out the wall of windows. It keeps going too. So you can look out through the corner. I mean, the natural light in this space, it's good. Proximity to Modocs, real good. So this space has all drywall. The only exposed brick and stone is in the basement unit here in this building. As I'm sure you all are aware, it takes so long to make a project like this happen. So to see it now coming together and being the final phase, they're doing the basement unit first so that we can move in. Isn't that nice? And then they'll continue and work their way up the rest of the building. So it won't be completely finished when we move in. This is just like a small little washroom off the side here. And then this is where the wheelchair lift will come up to this unit as well. And then there'll be a restroom for this unit. This will be where it splits off. So this will be suite 3 ends. And then this actually becomes part of the private residence for John and Gail Forrester. And they told us we have permission to see that. So as you enter this portion, we're now as if we're right above the basement back half where I said we were going to have a conference room. So we're facing like towards the railroad tracks again on the north side. They'll have this just be like a small den area with access out onto Miami Street. And then we get to head upstairs and take a sneak peek at their private residence. It is active construction right now. The crew knows that we're coming up to take a little video, so it might be a little loud. My apologies. They have a 1-bedroom plus an office and some living space. The bedroom will be here at the top of the stairs with a master bath. It's a long hallway, so this stretches the whole length of the building, this top floor. This will be a small study office space area. A utility area. And then the front half of the building opens up into a combined kitchen and living space. So this will be the new kitchen. They're putting in some beautiful archways. And you can't see it right now, but behind here is the one door that goes out onto an actual balcony overlooking Miami Street. We'll give you the view. And then this will be the living area with a fireplace and that incredible view of downtown Wabash. Hey, Modocs Market, do you think that they could get like a pulley system to deliver coffee to them? Or same thing for the wine shop at Charlie Creek Inn. Maybe they get a pulley system, get that bourbon tasting just sent directly up to their private living space. So if you're just joining, we met with John Forrester. He and his wife Gail are the owners of the building, and they're doing the full project just as a give back to the community. They picked the name Wabash Landing. They just thought it fit. They said that they were working with their son-in-law, who's the architect, and that name Landing had come up, and that it just seemed to be right for what they were looking for the building. It also has a lot of landings in it because it's all the flooring's done. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, there is no internet yet in the building. So I was saying there are multiple levels in the building, so Landing is sort of a fitting name, but no, it won't be a seafood restaurant. There are no plans for it to be a restaurant or anything food and drink related at this point. So I'm headed back out to Miami Street. Again, the super exciting news for us, Wabash Marketplace, is that this will be our new office starting in like a month. It seemed too good to be true, but we've signed a lease. So I guess it's okay to say that we will be here in the basement level of Wabash Landing, suite number 1, Wabash Marketplace.
I've been hearing something about food boxes that you're doing for seniors. Can you explain a little more about that?
Sure, we've done it for several years. It goes back probably more than, I bet it's been, many years, 5 or 6, 7 or 8. We have a program that we run it ourselves. It was a state and regional program, and now ours is just local. And so what we do is people have to sign up and they have to meet income guidelines. So the basic, easiest way to tell you if you meet the guidelines is you just have one house, you own one home and you're living in it. You don't have rental income, you don't have investment income, you don't have a pension, and you have the lowest amount of Social Security. Believe it or not, there are people without anything but that lowest amount. And those people are still eligible to come to our pantry. But we do this special box of food each month. And it's really interesting what we end up doing. But because of kind of balancing our sources, when we go use Kroger's and Walmart, we save what I call the tiny bits of great meats, but it's too small for a family, but it's a really expensive cut and it's really nice. So a lot of times we have saved that for our senior boxes. Things change. Here's the interesting thing for me. We did a survey and asked our participants a couple years ago, what do you have access to? Because we hear from a lot of other young people, like people under under 50, we hear them saying maybe they don't do anything but a microwave, or maybe they do some stovetop, but maybe it's just to boil noodles or something. So and they wouldn't know how to bake a batch of cookies if their life depended on it. So, but when we talk to our seniors or people who are well over 60, many of them into almost close to 90 on this program, some that are just plain 60, the commonality is they are cooking. They'll use their microwave, they use their stove, their oven. Some of them even have gotten some of the other appliances, maybe from family members, the small kitchen type things. But they are all doing what my grandmother would have said is just plain cooking. Like, what's the big deal? But not everybody does that. And as you see, as we get the younger group, they just don't do it as much. So what we're doing is we do things that we think older people might be interested in and can combine. Like sometimes it might be a small bottle of oil. It might be, maybe towards Christmas we would do flour or sugar. But it's things that are someone who's going to cook and bake and know the meaning of cooking and baking, they'll know what to do with those things. And we were surprised when they all said, "Oh no, we do it all." So it's very much a generational difference. I think also the people who are at the point in life when they're 70s and they are on the least amount of Social Security, they have had to know how to cook from basics bake from basics. It's not something that's ever been an alternative for them. And they may have they probably did raise their family on very little. So that generation has learned, and they've had to learn. And I encourage people to call us at 260-563-4475, 4475, and talk to any of us about our senior boxes. And it is income based, but again, as I explained, it's kind of easy if you can put yourself in that position. Like if you would qualify for food stamps, then you would qualify for our program. Yeah. And it's not governmental. We did it for years with grants from a community foundation, and we've always appreciated that. And so this year it's a combination of donations, and it's been a neat program, and it's been it's a very targeted program. We know that health and wellness is definitely tied to nutrition. So by having this as an additional thing for seniors who are low income, they get, like, if they come to the pantry, they have opportunities for lots of produce, vegetables, fruit, some of it's organic, and they have more access to it than they probably ever did before. But with the senior boxes, they still get access. So that's twice a month. By doing it at 2 different times in the month, that gives them fresh vegetables and fruits twice a month, which for people who are, their doctors telling them to eat more fresh, eat less canned, reduce your sodium, that's the group that really should have access to all of that. And we try to do it in quantities that don't overwhelm them. And, sometimes if you come to the pantry and you're an older person, it might be overwhelming the amount that we actually give to you. Now, we have some people who are older and they know how to can. And so if we've given them more than what they could use in that week or that next 2 weeks, we get calls back and they say, "I want you to know how I used it. I can." Yeah. And I wouldn't know how to do it. But so that we offer that as an extra tool that low-income seniors in Wabash County, and I'm talking the lowest income. A lot of people think they're low income until we start doing they start answering the questions. They go, "Oh, I'm not that. No, I'm not that low income." They don't realize what low income really is. And we're talking the base. And we have openings on our list. We've had to have in the past waiting lists, and we have openings on our list. So we would like to hear from people so we can serve more seniors.
All right. And they can call what number to get information on any of your programs?
260-563-4475. We're open Monday through Friday, basically 8 to 5. And we're closed on Saturdays and Sundays, but we're open during the week.
And hopefully things are opening up. Thank you so much, Beth Ferry.
Thank you very much.
Mayor Scott Long joins us. And Mayor Long, well, good to talk to you. It's been a couple weeks.
It's been a couple weeks. We had State of Communities last week, so I couldn't call in. That thing started I had to be down there at 7 o'clock in the morning. So
Yeah.
that was a long day.
Can,
So
can you give us just a couple of thoughts on what that was? State of the community, not necessarily state of Wabash City, but it was kind of a group thing.
yeah, about 4 years ago, Keith Gillenwater came to me and he says, "Should we include somebody else in the state of communities, maybe the commissioners and in the town of North Manchester officials, and do a group thing?" And I said, "Well, if we're going to do that, why don't we invite LaFountain, Rowan, and LaGros in as incorporated towns within Wabash County?" And we've done that. I think this was the 4th year we've done it. And there's a lot of good things going on in these smaller towns throughout our county um, that they don't get to maybe market themselves very much. It doesn't seem like. So this is an opportunity for those town officials to tell everybody what's going on in LaGros. They've made a lot of improvements. Rowan's made a lot of improvements. LaFountain paved a lot of streets, park improvements over the last couple of years. So that's an opportunity for them to be able to tell the good things about their community. And as you wrap it up as a whole, all the good things that are going on in Wabash County this week. Monday afternoon, I met with Senator Todd Young upstairs. This morning, Keith Gillenwater and I had coffee with Senator Mike Braun, and we were able to have some frank conversations about the state of things and some of this infrastructure bill, and what does that look like for us, and what does it look like for Wabash County and everybody. So it's always nice to visit with either your state senators or your U.S. Congress people in your community and show off the good things that are happening here. So it's been a pretty good week this past week.
That's awesome. So as far as just kind of a synopsis of what you talked about as far as the state of, how about the city? How are we?
Well, the city's doing, we're doing well. I mean, our financial situation is good. We've got resources in the bank to do things that we need to do, and we're not apt to spend a lot of money. Even if you got it, you don't always have to spend it. Case in point, when a pandemic hits, we were fortunate to have funds in the bank to tide us over if we do have some revenue shortfalls. And as a city council member, you're going to see that, Wade. You'll be able to see that compared to some other communities, we're in fantastic shape. And that didn't happen overnight. That's happened over the last 15 years that we've gotten to the point we're at. So so the city of Wabash is doing well. We've got one major road project this summer. We got Community Crossings matching grant to completely rebuild Shady Lane. We're going to add some drainage improvements over there while we're at it too. During heavy rain events, there are some residents over there that do have some water issues as the water flows from the south towards the Wabash River. It's a natural course through these neighborhoods on the south side. It creates some problems, and we're going to do our level best to fix the areas as we go into rebuild a road, repave a road. If we can add some stormwater drainage capabilities in there while we're rebuilding that road, that's what we're going to do. So that work will start here. The bid's been awarded to, I believe it was Fenn and Brown, won the bid on that project. They do great work. They did Wade Core Avenue for us out at Stock and Field and the Hampton Inn last year. And we're happy to have them come back in to complete that road over there on the south side.
All right.
Likewise, NDOT is creating chaos right now within the city of Wabash on more than one front. Unfortunately, the Wabash Street Bridge was due for redecking, and they chose to do that this spring. Um, Timeline on that, we've been told, is July 4th is the deadline for completion on that. If our weather maintains the way it is today, um, that'll be wrapped up before the deadline date, I'm sure. Um, they're also in the process of patching in some areas, doing some deeper milling of Wabash Street and Manchester Avenue, and backfilling with some binder asphalt to build those roads back up in preparation for milling and repaving there. A lot of concrete work going on by E&B Paving on this NDOT project, changing out ADA ramps at intersections and things of that nature. So those, both Wabash, Manchester Avenue, and Cass Street are due to be completed by June 30th. Then there again, if the weather holds out and we have good weather, we expect those to be completed prior to that final date. So,
Okay.
busy
Something
time.
Yeah, busy times for sure. Just want to reiterate, and you got big shoulders, you've taken it, but these are not your projects. You're not doing all these all at the same time to tick off your residents of Wabash. This is NDOT this summer.
Yeah, this is the state of Indiana coming through. The surrounding roads in the last couple of years we've repaved. I've said it before. We had to separate the storm and sanitary sewer on Cass Street from Ferry Street South. The goal was for us to get the pipe in the ground prior to them paving. Saved us $388,000 to $400,000 in paving costs to get that pipe in the ground, and then the state was already planning on repaving it and paying for it. So we'll let them do that, and that saved us a chunk of change.
That's great. Earlier this week, as per the governor, the mask mandate was lifted Tuesday morning at midnight. You put out a statement. Let's tell everybody what it was.
Yeah, basically, I'm going to, I'm following the state's guidance on that, the mask mandate. I don't see any reason to, implement a local mandate. I did the figures on it. 25% of our population of Wabash County has either had COVID and now has antibodies for COVID, or they've been vaccinated. That tells me we're moving in the right direction. And some of the comments from the Facebook doctors totally blow me away, but it is what it is. Everybody's got an opinion, and they're not afraid to share it. I do have, I'm kind of cautious because a lot of families left Wabash on spring break last Thursday and Friday. They're going to areas where who knows what the COVID situation's like, and now this new variant mutation has come out, and I'm hopeful that somebody doesn't bring that back here to the city of Wabash, because this new variant is particularly harmful to the younger folks, and that's kind of concerning to me. So I'm hoping that we can weather the spring break storm when they come back, and we don't see a big jump in the numbers. The metric map, I just looked at it. Last week we were yellow at a 1.5. This week we're yellow at a 1. Positivity rate somewhere in the area of 4.6% or 4.3% today. It was 4.6 yesterday.
5 new cases reported today for Wabash County. So it's still out there and people are still getting infected with it. And hopefully it's not affecting people drastically. Hopefully they weather it. As you look at all the metrics that I look at, ER visits, hospitalizations, positivity rate, death rate. If you go to Regan Street Institute does a great job of putting those metrics out. Wabash County is trending downward in all 5 of the metrics that they look at. ICU admits, hospitalization, emergency visits, and deaths. And statewide, the trends, positive tests are increasing, ER visits are increasing, admits are increasing at hospitals and ICU admits. Deaths are inconclusive at this point. But we are trending down. As I look today, positivity is positive test is inconclusive, but everything else in Wabash County is trending down. So it's a mask advisory. They're still recommended. I know there's local businesses. I talked to the manager of Walmart. They're still asking their employees to wear masks. That's a corporate policy. And I'm to the point now where I think it's individual business and individuals' responsibility, whether they want to protect themselves and others or not. And I'm catching heck no matter what I say about it. So that's where we're going. And I polled the city council. I got, I think, 5 responses out of 7 back. 4 of those were don't implement a local mask mandate. So I did reach out to the council to get their opinion. Some of the comments on social media ask about the city council. I'm not going to respond to them. I'm doing my due diligence and I'm doing the job I need to do and checking with you guys on the council about all this stuff. So I think we'll, and I put in there, I reserve the right. If these metrics start going up, I may have to do something within the city of Wabash.
Right.
But we're holding steady right now. I think we're going to be okay. I'll wait for, I'll be more comfortable in 2 weeks after spring break. Yeah. We'll see if anybody, if there's an uptick from that or not. Hopefully there won't be.
Just for the record, as a city council person, not put that hat on, I have done a lot of talking, and as you know, I conversate with a lot of people out and about a lot, and so my response to you was based on constituents, a majority,
right.
And that's the way I always do things. If anything comes up, I'm always willing to listen to both sides. But that was the reason why I was one of them that said no mask mandate is just based on what people are telling me.
Yep.
So.
But sometimes, sitting in this chair, I may have to make a decision that's not popular with the constituency. But I'm pretty secure in the decision I made not to implement a mask mandate. I know the mayor of Huntington, he's going 8 more weeks. That's his decision in the city of Huntington. But people that are conscientious and worried about it will wear their mask. I've been vaccinated, but now they're coming out and saying, well, it's only good for 6 months. So I'm anticipating sometime in August, I'll probably have to get a booster dose. But I've had to do that for hepatitis B. I've had that vaccination. I've had to have boosters on it. I get the flu shot every year. So to me, it's worth getting that booster dose. So I anticipate doing that. Speaking of vaccinations, we got a lot of appointments open at our vaccine clinic. I mean, next week, we got a lot of second doses coming in. But the trend on people signing up for their first dose, even though it's open. Our clinic's open to 18 and above right now. We're not seeing a groundswell of people signing up to get the vaccine. So if you're on the fence about it and you want to get the vaccine, you can get in today, tomorrow, or Saturday. I know there are appointments open. So don't hesitate to get on rshot.in.gov and schedule that at the Honeywell Center.
Okay. All right. Well, we appreciate your time. Thanks so much, Scott.
You bet. Take care.
All right, take care. Tune in again next Friday for another edition of This Week in Wabash. And also check out the radio program on Sunday mornings at 9 right here on 1059thebash.com and 1059 The Bash Radio.